Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Preeti Kaur. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. US President Joe Biden faces more pressure from Democrats to suspend re-election bid. Biden vows to stay in race, says he will defeat Trump. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch Dedicate to the Nation and lay foundation stone of various infra projects in Mumbai. In Nepal, KP Sharma stakes claim to form the new government after Prachanda loses confidence vote. And in sports, Novak Djokovic advances to the Wimbledon final, set up a rematch against defending champion Carlos Alcaraz. US President Joe Biden faced more calls from fellow Democrats to suspend his re-election bid on Friday. While many lawmakers have expressed unease with Biden's continued candidacy, others have steadfastly backed the incumbent's plans. At least 19 lawmakers have urged him to step aside so the party can pick another candidate following his halting June 27 debate performance against Republican rival Donald Trump. Democrats are worried that Biden's low approval ratings and growing concerns that he is too old for the job could cause them to lose seats in the House and Senate, leaving them with no grip on power in Washington should Trump win the White House. Also, Biden has reportedly said that he intends to remain his party's standard bearer and he retains support from key figures in the party. Let's get to updates from the Himalayan nation, Nepal now. Former Nepal Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has staked claim to lead a new government after incumbent Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachand lost the trust vote. Prime Minister Dahal submitted his resignation to President Ramchandra Paudel on Friday evening. Dahal was compelled to either step down or demonstrate his majority in parliament after his biggest ally, the Liberal Communist Unified Marxist-Leninist Party, headed by Oli, withdrew their support. Oli, who has served as Prime Minister twice before, reached an agreement with Nepali Congress at the end of June, securing enough seats for a majority. The agreement, inked on July 2nd at midnight, also envisages NC Chief Sher Bahadur Deoba succeeding Oli after about 22 months for the latter half of the current tenure of Parliament. UML is the largest party in Nepal's Parliament and NC is the second largest. United States has imposed sanctions targeting Iran's chemical weapons research and development, imposing sanctions on Hakiman Sharg Research Company for its involvement in Iran's chemical weapons research and development. The United States is designating the company for attempt to engage in activities or transactions that materially contribute to the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction by Iran. This sanction action follows the United States' repeated calls for Iran to remedy its non-compliance with the Chemical Weapons Convention. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz said that he believed an agreement between the European Union and China on tariffs for Chinese electric vehicles was possible on Friday. His comments came after Germany was set to abstain to vote by EU member states on imposing provisional tariffs on the Chinese electric vehicles.
The situation is such that we believe the goal of the European Union will be achieved to come to an agreement with China regarding the issue of electric mobility. Those are globally competitive vehicles which are at the top of the technology, which must fear no competition and therefore fear no competition. But we will always insist on conditions being fair on all sides, and that's what's being discussed right now between the European Union and China.
North Korea denounced the declaration at the recent NATO summit. North Korea bristled Saturday at NATO summit declaration that condemned its weapons export to Russia, casting it as an illegal document and warning of strong strategic counteraction. NATO leaders released the declaration in which they strongly condemned the North's arms exports to Russia and voiced great concern over the two countries' deepening partnership. Latest in the actor Alec Baldwin shooting case, a judge in New Mexico dismissed the case against Baldwin on Friday after finding that the state had withheld evidence that could have shed light on how live rounds got into a film set where the cinematographer was fatally shot. It was a stunning end to the trial of Baldwin, who was rehearsing with a gun on the Rust film set in 2021 when it fired a live round, killing Helena Hutchins, the movie's cinematographer. Baldwin had been told the gun was cold, meaning it had no live ammunition. Argentines say that they are yet to feel the benefits of cooling inflation, and analysts predict the 5-month streak could end. Since President Javier Milei took power late last year, inflation has slowed dramatically in Argentina, decelerating from 25.5% in December to just 4.2% in May. The sharp fall has been attributed to a series of cost-cutting and austerity measures that have put a lid on consumer demand, as well as measures to reduce money printing. Argentina's inflation is still among the highest in the world, while a recession continues to hit consumers hard and poverty is nearing 60%. The International Monetary Fund will provide Papua New Guinea with immediate access to about $125 million. Now, the IMF said in a statement following its executive board's second review that cited authorities' strong commitment to reforms. The program will continue to support Papua New Guinea's reform agenda, help protect the vulnerable and foster inclusive growth, with a focus maintained on strengthening debt sustainability, alleviating shortages and enhancing governance and anti-corruption framework. At least 17 students were killed when a 2-storied school building crumbled in central Nigeria's Plateau State on Friday. The rescuers pulled at least 7 bodies from the rubble of the building. The local authorities said 5 students have been rescued alive. Rescue operations are ongoing with security forces, including soldiers and police, at the scene. The cause of the collapse is not known, but residents said that it came after 3 days of heavy rains in Plateau. Kenya's police chief, Japhet Koome, resigned on Friday following intense criticism of officers' conduct during anti-government protests last month, in which at least 39 people were killed. President William Ruto's office announced Koome's resignation the day after he fired nearly his entire cabinet, bowing to the demands of protesters. Koome's deputy, Douglas Kanya, has been made acting police chief. The demonstrations against proposed tax increase began peacefully but turned violent. Police fired tear gas, water cannons and live ammunition, and some protesters stormed the parliament. Indian Air Force contingent has reached Australia for participating in exercise Pitch Black 24. Now, the exercise is scheduled to be conducted from 12th July to 2nd of August and is a biennial multinational exercise hosted by the Royal Australian Air Force. The exercise involves participation of 140 aircraft from various air forces, including Su-30 MKI, C-17, C-130 and IL-78 aircraft from the Indian Air Force. A quick look at other stories making it to the headlines from across the world now. In Bolivia, numerous organizations have taken to the streets in support of President Luis Arce and the nation's democratic processes, following concerns about potential threats to their government. Now, this mobilization comes after the political turmoil and coup that occurred in 2019, which led to the ousting of former President Evo Morales. Now, the demonstrators emphasized on the importance of upholding democratic principles and expressed their backing for President Arce's administration. A second-stage engine on SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket suffered a rare malfunction in space during a routine Starlink mission, imperiling the satellites in the company's first rocket failure in more than 7 years. Roughly an hour after Falcon 9 lifted from the Vandenberg Space Force Base, the rocket's second stage in space failed to reignite and deployed its 20 Starlink satellites into a much lower orbit than planned, where they risk burning the Earth's atmosphere. At least 65 pilot whales have died after being stranded on an island off the north coast of Scotland in one of the largest mass strandings in Britain in recent times. Experts predict the mishap is the cause of environment. Almost a year ago, a similar event involving pilot whales occurred on Lewis, another Scottish island located to the west of the mainland, when at least 55 whales died or were euthanized. Eminem has announced the release of his 12th studio album titled The Death of Slim Shady. Now, this album is a conceptual work that delves deep into the artist's iconic alter ego. Eminem has been a prominent figure in his music for decades now. The project promises to explore the evolution and eventual demise of his controversial and provocative persona.
Sometimes I wonder what the old me say. If he could see the way shit is today.
A recent survey done by a US think tank, Pew Center, says that 77% of Indians are satisfied with the democratic system in the country. India stands second in the satisfaction rate index among 31 countries.
India is world's largest democratic country. It's a sovereign, socialist, secular democratic republic with a parliamentary form of government, which is federal in structure with unitary features. Indians are really happy with the system. 77% Indians say that they are satisfied with the democratic system in the country. And this is as per a survey conducted by an American think tank, Pew Research Center. This research was conducted in 31 powerful countries of the world to find out how many people there are satisfied with democracy and how many people are not. India has the highest satisfaction rate among major economies. India is at the second place in Asia along with the world. If we talk about Asia, Singapore is a country where most people are satisfied with democracy. 80% people have expressed satisfaction with the democracy there. In Asia, the condition of Sri Lanka, South Korea and Japan is the worst. 58% people of Sri Lanka are dissatisfied with the democracy there. 63% of the population of South Korea and 67% of the population of Japan are unhappy with democracy. Countries like America, Britain, Canada, France, Germany and Australia, more than half the population are not happy with the democracy there. Only 31% of American citizens are satisfied with democracy and 68% are dissatisfied. In France, only 35% of the citizens are satisfied with country's democracy. In the UK, the satisfaction rate is 39%, Canada 52% and Germany has 55%. Indian democracy is healthy in the 21st century. Indian citizens have declared that they prefer democracy. Unlike in many other democracies, electoral turnout in India is higher among the poor than the rich, higher among the less educated than graduates, and higher in the villages than in the cities. The success of democracy in India has dismissed the pessimistic auguries. Bureau Report, DD India.
You're watching DD India Live. We're heading for a short break, but after the break, we get you a special report from the DD Robocon 2024 taking place in New Delhi, in which 46 teams are taking part this year. Stay with us for all the hits and misses at Wimbledon as Jasmine Paolini and Barbora Krejcikova fight out to become the new women's champion.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India Live. Let's get to domestic updates now. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to visit western state of Mumbai on Saturday to inaugurate infrastructure projects worth over 29,000 crore rupees, including new platforms at Lokmanya Tilak Terminus and also Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus Station and crucial road, railway and port sector ventures. The Prime Minister will also lay the foundation stone for the Thane-Borivali tunnel project, which is worth 16,600 crore rupees. During his visit, Prime Minister will also inaugurate several key infrastructure projects. India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval spoke to his US counterpart Jake Sullivan on Friday. Both the leaders discussed a wide range of issues of bilateral, regional and international concern and forthcoming high-level engagements under the Quad framework to be held in July 2024 and later in the year. The NSAs agreed to work closely to further advance India-US relations, which are built on shared values and common strategic and security interests. They reiterated the need to work collectively to address global challenges to peace and security and further expand the comprehensive global strategic partnership. Who doesn't like robots, right? Well, at DD Robocon 2024, the excitement is unbelievable. The venue for the event this year is Alcaraz Sports Complex in the national capital. 46 teams are taking part this year. The winner will represent India in Vietnam this August. Siddharth Bhardwaj gets us more.
Fasten your seatbelts and get ready for Robocon 2024, where this time around, 46 teams are participating from all over the country. The ultimate winner of this competition will represent India in Vietnam in the month of August.
The event has just got bigger and better this time, with participants all geared up to put their best foot forward. 46 teams will fight it out in the mega event, commencing from July 13 at Alcaraz Sports Complex in New Delhi.
All the participants are very excited, and so are the last year's winners.
The feeling of winning is constant in our hearts right now, and we are well prepared to demonstrate our skills. Like last year, we are here to win this competition again and again on an equal basis.
Subir Saha, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, IIT Delhi, says the competition has reached a new level this time.
Delhi, we have been doing it for the last 5 years. So if you say what is new, it is a game strategy which has been decided by the international committee, which is Vietnam this year. So they have created the game theme as Harvest Day, means how the robots do the harvesting, plantation, etc., etc.
With their unique and innovative ideas, these teams are assembling in the national capital to pursue their ambitions. Referee TP Singh shares the excitement for the event.
Like every year, this year also, the theme is different and very exciting, and important thing is the teams are well prepared and they are looking forward for the competition, and I'm sure India will do well at the international level also.
Deputy Director General, Global Outreach Prasar Bharati emphasized on the theme and also invited people to come and watch the event.
The theme of this DD Robocon is a very exciting. This is Harvesting Day. And agriculture is a major source of economy in our country. So this will be very exciting event. Maybe, it's on Saturday, Sunday this time in Tyagaraja Stadium. So I invite all of you to watch this particular competition over here.
This event will not only open new avenues for innovation, but also elevate the spirits of young budding talents who are poised to shape the future of a country.
Well, this competition, Robocon 2024, will provide a unique blend of technical skills and also some innovative ideas. With camera person Rajesh, this is Siddharth Bhardwaj reporting for DD India in New Delhi.
India is well on the track to achieve Sustainable Development Goals before 2030. The latest report issued by India's premier policy think tank, Niti Aayog, says that the country has performed well in poverty alleviation and hunger indicators. Abhishek Bose reports from New Delhi.
The Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs layout, is an ambitious and comprehensive agenda for global development by 2030. India has accelerated progress towards the SDGs despite global headwinds. Releasing the data for the year 2023-24, India's premier policy think tank Niti Aayog expressed satisfaction at the overall SDG score of 71. The overall SDG score of the country in 2018 was 57. Significant progress has been made in eliminating poverty, providing decent work, economic growth, and climate change. At a press briefing in New Delhi, the Niti Aayog CEO claimed that the country is well on track in achieving the target set by United Nations by 2030.
25 crore people have moved out of multidimensional poverty. 52 crore bank accounts have been opened under Jan Dhan. 4 crore people have got houses under PM Awas. Atal pension now covers 6 crore people. 80 crore Indian citizens are getting subsidized food grains, and 10 crore Anganwadi children are being fed every day. I can state without any doubt that we are not only on track to meet the SDG goals, you can quote me, India is ahead in terms of meeting the SDG goals, and many of them we will meet the goals ahead of time.
It has been made possible by targeted interventions by the Indian government's flagship schemes such as Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Ujjwala, Swachh Bharat, Jan Dhan, Ayushman Bharat and others. The state of Uttarakhand and Kerala have topped the state list, while Chandigarh has emerged winner in the Union Territory category. Some of the key interventions facilitating SDG achievements include over 40 million people have now got a house under PM Awas, 110 million toilets in rural areas, 100 million LPG connections under PM Ujjwala Yojana, tap water connections in over 140 million households under Jal Jeevan Mission. The launch of the SDG India Index in 2018 provided the impetus for the localization push, reaffirming states and union territories as key stakeholders in this transformative journey. Abhishek Bose for DD India.
And now we take a look at other stories making it to the headlines from across India. The National Capital Region received early morning rains on Saturday with prediction of more rain through the day. Delhi and nearby regions including Noida witnessed downpour as the cities woke up on the weekend morning. The sweet aroma of pineapples from Meghalaya drew visitors to the ongoing Meghalaya Pineapple Festival at Delhi Heart. Over 10 tons of pineapples brought into the capital by 40 farmers are on offer for the visitors to buy and relish. From whole-up pineapples to jams and squash made using the tropical fruit, there's something for everyone. World Skydiving Day is to be celebrated globally at Narnaul airstrip in Haryana today. India's Minister of Tourism, Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, will be participating in the event by doing a tandem skydive. He will flag off the new skydiving aircraft followed by the skydive. All right, on to sports now. The ongoing Wimbledon 2024 on Friday saw Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic set up a repeat of their epic 2023 final following respective wins over Daniil Medvedev and Lorenzo Musetti in the semi-finals. Alcaraz finally found his A game to reach his second straight Wimbledon final as the champion overcame an erratic first set to beat Medvedev 6-7, 6-3, 6-4, 6-4. Meanwhile, 7-time champion Djokovic produced some of his best tennis to outclass Musetti 6-4, 7-6, 6-4 and reach a 10th Wimbledon final. A new women's champion will be crowned at Wimbledon on Saturday when surprise finalists Jasmine Paolini and Barbora Krejcikova face each other in an intriguing counter. Paolini is vowing to become Italy's first Wimbledon singles champion, while her opponent is hoping to continue the Czech Republic's proud record in the championships. Krejcikova had only won 3 matches in 5 months before the tournament after struggling with illness and injury. The two 28-year-olds have taken advantage of an open women's draw and are now 1 match away from lifting the famous Venus Rose water dish. The Olympic flame is set to arrive in Paris on Sunday as part of celebrations to mark France's National Day, that is Bastille Day. There will be a military parade and flyover, and the torch relay will also hit the streets of the French capital. Thousands of police officers will be on duty in Paris to ensure security as the games approach. DD India correspondent Ross Cullen gets us more.
After travelling thousands of kilometres across France and also to France's overseas territories, the Olympic flame will make its grand entrance to Paris on Sunday. There will then be a two-day torch relay with the flame visiting all corners of the French capital, and also a cauldron outside City Hall will be lit. The flame then departs Paris once more and then returns definitively to the French capital in time for the Olympic opening ceremony on Friday, the 26th of July, now under 2 weeks away. The French Interior Ministry, the police and the intelligence services have been working overtime to ensure the safety of spectators and also those taking part in the torch relay, and to make sure they disrupt and stop any possible threats. Ross Cullen in Paris reporting for DD India.
All right, that's it in this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. And for those of you on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. This app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can scan the QR codes on your screens now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti Kaur signing off, and from all of us at In Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.